Alright guys, hope everybody is doing well today. This is Josh and from the Watch Edit, and today we're going to talk about the Watch Dive's WD16500. So right out of the bat, let's get into the specs and then move on to the video. I have with me for a quick wrist check the Militado ML24. This is their orange colored field watch, 38mm size. They have a different colorway as well. I think it's a blue color. So if you like any of these, I'll leave a link below, description below, and then a separate video review soon as well for this one. All right, let's get back to the video. Now quickly get onto the specs. You have a case of 39.4. Bezel size is just around 37.8. Case thickness 11.5 millimeters. Crown is just around 6.9 millimeters. Lug tip to lug tip is just around 45.8 millimeters. Now you have a 20 millimeter lug width here, so you can easily change straps with this one. Before anybody says in the comments, obviously this is an homage to the Rolex Daytona. You can see that design aspect already. But it costs less than a dinner for two. So this one is a Daytona where you don't have to sell your kidney to get. But yeah, you're not gonna share. You're not gonna spend Rolex money on this one. So this one is a very affordable option for you guys. Probably let's call it budget watch. So it's not bad if you're not into this kind of thing. I can just scroll away. But yeah, if you're new here, consider subscribing. This channel is basically a support group for people who buy too many watches. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. So Watch Dive is one of those brands that lives entirely online. So they have their own website, and of course they also sell in AliExpress. So out of the box, this one comes with this one, their usual Watch Dive box, and of course you'll be greeted with a lot of the packaging inside. So this one comes with the stainless steel bracelet. Now this bracelet was taken from a different watch because I just, I don't like the polished center links design of it. So this was the original one that came with the watch. So you can see here, just use your imagination, guys. So this is the original one that came with it. Of course, in true homage to the Rolex Daytona, it has a polished center link, so you can see there it's not as a mirror polish, but yeah, it's polished, and of course, brush on the side. Of course, let me just show you guys. So it came with a screwdriver, of course. So this is a screw link. It's not a push pin link. So you can see there, this is a screw. You have 5-hole micro adjusts in there. So it's nice and easy for you to adjust to your own wrist size. Case is 316L, the usual stainless steel. Standard for you to see brushed and polished, of course, like you can see in the bracelet. Now let's just look at the dial for now. So you have the Watch Dive's logo, says Chronograph Professional below it. Of course, that red racing text. Of course, the dial looking, of course, the Rolex Daytona. 3 sub-dials in there, nice hour markers as well. You can see there, it's a flat sapphire crystal. You don't see any dome there, which I think it's getting, true to that look. Of course, you can unscrew this, and then you'll be able to push the chronograph. Go unscrew this to stop, and push this to return it. Then you can screw that back in. So true to what it's homaging, I would say. So this is not a hard like chest, it's sapphire crystal. Now, of course, you have 100 meters of water resistance here, at least on the specification sheet, because you do have a screw down crown, which is nice. So you could basically swim with it, I would say. Now here's we get into the homage of it all, yeah. So not everyone might like this design because of course, yeah, they see that kind of design, the tachymeter bezel. It just is a very blunt copy of what you'd say the Rolex Daytona. So if you not like it, scroll away. But the lumen, this one is BJW9, so I'll give you some loop shot there later on. I think this is a nice addition. At least it's right to be at this price. Now the movement, I think this is where the budget watch, takes you. So this is a VK63 mega quartz movement. That means it's a quartz accurate, for actual timekeeping. But the chronograph function is mechanical driven. So you get that satisfying, weighty, snappy pusher feel, a floaty feeling you get on a lot of quartz chronographs. Of course, obviously, it's not automatic. It's not in-house or whatever. And it's not going to fool any watchmaker. But I think you wear this because you just like the design. That's how it is. And genuinely, it's one of the better ways to, really enjoy a watch. Just wear it. And if you like the design, then just wear it and don't have to suck up to others. And there's rarely any other person who walks up to you and say, "Is that a Rolex Daytona?" Well, just show it to them. It's not a Rolex Daytona, it's a VK63 chronograph made by Watch Types, which looks like a Daytona. Yeah, if you catch my drift there. Better life's all rated at least 3 years, so very low maintenance for like a quartz movement. I'm not sure if you can see there. There's a little minor thing there. I think just a bit of the alignment, if you can see that from my video. So the bezel looks a little bit towards the right. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, I think it's just a little misalignment, I would say. But yeah, minor things. Not worth obsessing with at 2 a.m. So let's put it on the wrist so you guys can see. I have a 6.5-inch wrist. If you like this kind of design, then I might as well recommend it. It sits nicely and flat as well. You can easily change straps with this one. So yeah, let's do that. Let's try with some straps. Trying out this classic black tropic strap. You can see there. Let me know what you guys think if you like that one. That's yeah, it's cool. It's very comfortable, this one on the wrist. And this one is a black rubber strap, curved and rubber strap. I think it fits really nice on this one. I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys. It has a nice texture, the strap, very comfortable as well, very light on the wrist. I think it does fit this design perfectly, having not needing a curved end strap like these types of straps like this, where you have to attach it here, so you don't need that closed end. It still looks cohesive, I would say, on the wrist. It still looks cohesive, so you don't have to you don't need exact thing. So yeah, I think that's also looks nice. And this one definitely gives you those sporty sort of racing vibe in this one. So very comfortable as well. I think this one is specifically made for smartwatches, but still suits the look of this watch. 20 millimeter lug width as well. And nice. This one is really, I would say this is by far one of my favorite. Raleigh strap, that colored sort of a crimson, dark brown, I would say. Raleigh straps with the holes in it, leather. So I think this really elevates the look of this watch. And last but not the least, we can't ignore the classic look of the black leather, perforated Raleigh strap. So this one also elevates that look of the watch. So nice. So let me know what you guys think. I'll leave links in the description below for these straps as well. So yeah, let's continue with the video. So let's be real here. Who buys this watch really? So you're really not the guy who's gonna try to convince people he's got real money here, which, you know, a lot of what we see online, you know, it's just luxury flexing, which this channel is not for. So this is for the watch nerds really, who love the design language of a Daytona, but have zero interest in, you know, the six-figure weightless game that comes with the owning the real thing. So this is generally a nice beater really, because it's a mecha quartz movement. So you have the durability of a sapphire, you have a ceramic bezel, you have a screw down, and you know, you can just wear this in a hiking as well on the beach, or you know, doing yard work, whatever, and not think twice about it. So if you are into chronographs as well, and you know, want to add it in the collection, you know, to just scratch the itch, so I think this is a legitimately smart buy. So for around $93, yeah, for what this cost, this watch type is honestly kind of ridiculous in a good way, because you have those, you know, bang for the buck spec sheet, and has no business being this affordable, to be honest. So if you just like the design, you know, it's winking at you the whole time. But you know, let's just be honest, it's a really well built, fun chronograph watch, and it's a really nice addition if you are just getting into the watches. And of course, it can carry a lot of straps as well. I'll give you a little bit of distance from afar so you get to see how it looks like. It's just helpful, I guess, to, you know, put the context what you're expecting if you're gonna wear it, and of course how you can see it in the mirror and from afar. It's a very compact watch for the money. 38 around, yeah, around 39 case, and then the bezel is just a bit smaller, so you can see how it looks like from a bit of a distance, I would say. So there you go. As promised, giving you a lume shot of this one. Yes, you have BGW9 there, lume, so it really glows very bright. So you can see it from here. It glows around like a bluish green in color. There you go. As always, some more wrist shots so you get to see how it looks like, how it plays with the light. So I think this angle really gives it the legibility. So as you can see it from here, from afar. If you're so used to chronographs that are too big, I don't think this is going to be for you, but this one really is a really fun chronograph to use. And you know, it slides right at the cuff, and it's not gaudy or too big on the wrist. Most chronographs are like 42, 44, which looks like a dinner plate with 3 eyes, you know, if you forget what I mean. This one is just easy on the eyes, I would say. So there you have it, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it, guys, if you've used any of my links. It really helps support the channel, and you know, get more pieces like this one in the channel, so I could review them for you, and you know, give you a well-rounded opinion on it. But of course, your money, your watch, wear it, break it, and you know, just enjoy it. So hopefully these helps you make a decision if you like how it looks like or how it wears. And if it's not for you, then that's okay too. There's so many other options out there, and we're pretty much spoiled with options, are we, in the watch community? So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. And it's goodbye for me for now.